Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian DeCosta here, aka JetterBro95, coming at you guys with another video. So in this video guys, it is going to be the second part of my video, of my little mini-series, as I talked about with the best budget players in Madden 23. You guys basically set the precedence. We did have filter out by searches here, so I went from like 86 to 89 because 90s overalls are over 100k, and we obviously can't afford that. And then obviously, to 100,000 coins was the precedent. You guys said under 100,000, so I put 100,000 exactly. So in this video, guys, I'm going to give you guys 4 pass rushers, some interior, some on the edge, depending on who you guys want to play them at. A couple of user cards, a free safety, and then a few corners. And then 3 corners. Basically, like rounding out a starting budget defense that I think would be ideal for your team. So if you're looking to build like a budget team or whatever. But if you guys do enjoy something like this and want to see more of it, hit the like button below and subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. If you guys do hear my throat again, hear my voice again, it is because I am recovering from a bit of a sore throat. Don't know what happened. I think it's because the wife decided to bring home some kid sickness because she just can't simply help herself. But we move on and we push forward. Anyway, so for some pass rushers, the first one I'm going to showcase, this is an interior pass rusher, obviously, Warren Sapp. 80 speed, 83 acceleration. Obviously, you're not going to, really want to play him on the edges. 6'2", 303 pounds. Run stopper, defensive tackle. So, best case scenario, you put inside stuff on him for 2 AP. You're going to get those good sheds on the interior. I still think he's one of the better D tackles in the entire game. Warren Sapp plays very, very good normally when he comes out. In terms of like cards, buying him on the auction market, like right now he is very expensive, but you look at the recent history, you can find easily him for like under 100k right now. And obviously, guys, this is not going to be including any cards that you could potentially get as a freebie. So like for the competitive pass right now, we have the ability to get a 90 overall B&D Team of the Week card. Obviously, if you could pick those up, go ahead and pick those up. Like I know DeMarcus Ware, Champ Bailey are in that, which you obviously could replace for one of these guys. But I'm talking like just strictly 100,000 coins. Like you don't have like the competitive pass up there yet, which you probably will. But yeah, just hypothetically speaking, under 100,000 coins. So the next one I have is Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith, and I guess I'll showcase also as an edge rusher, Lawrence Taylor. Both players are very, very good. Both you can easily find for under 100k. But both can get those great pass rushing abilities like double or nothing and edge threat. I believe edge threat on Lawrence Taylor is still 3 AP, but I think double or nothing is... Oh, no, it's 3 AP. Okay. So, yeah, you can get double or nothing on them. You can get that, edge threat. I personally would say double or nothing is better at this point in the year because everybody's starting to run 1 AP edge protectors, which completely shuts it down. So go ahead and rock those double or nothings. 3 AP on each side. Really worth it in my opinion. You also could get things like under pressure for 2 AP on Lawrence Taylor, but it's 3 AP on Bruce Smith. You also could get things like unpredictable, which is 1 AP on Lawrence Taylor for some reason. It's 2 AP on Bruce Smith. So, you got some good pass rushing abilities here with Lawrence Taylor and Bruce Smith. And then lastly, for interior pass rusher, I'm going with DeMarcus Lawrence as a nice budget option. The reason being is because of the fact that he is like Warren Sapp. He does get inside stuff for 1 AP, but he also does get things like unpredictable. And also DeMarcus Lawrence isn't even that bad of a pass rusher from the interior. Overall, he's got 87 finesse, 81 power move. Now, obviously, I would like my finesse guys on the outside and my power guys on the inside. But given that DeMarcus Lawrence is the slowest of of all of these guys, I think I think Warren Sapp is a little bit faster. Oh no, I take that back. But given that he's the slowest out of all of these guys, I think definitely play him on the interior, and go from there. But obviously, again, if you get that DeMarcus Ware from the competitive pass reward, then obviously you could probably just sub out DeMarcus Lawrence for DeMarcus Ware. For user cards, I got 1 middle linebacker and 1 strong safety. The first for the middle linebacker is Isaiah Simmons. Now I get it, linebackers. I understand that. However, I like linebackers because I just like using them because it makes me different than people. Obviously, you can find this card for very cheap at 45,000 coins. But the great thing about this card is he does get Lurker for 2 AP, and he is 6'4", so you can get a good budget linebacker at 6'4" with the Lurker ability at 87 speed, which isn't terrible. Overall, he is a little bit outdated just because of the fact, he has been out for like a few weeks. I think this is like, he's been out for like a month and a half now because this was like week 2 when he helped the Cardinals come back against the Raiders. But I like this dude because of his size, and obviously the speed is not there, but, it is what it is with that. And then the next one I actually have is Cordarrelle Patterson. This was another card that was something you can get for free, but you can't now because it was part of the Season 1 objectives for, like, the Season Pass, but now, obviously, that's all reset. But Cordarrelle Patterson, 88 speed. I love the speed for, 88 speed is probably where you want to be for like a budget card. 90 zone, 88 man, 87 acceleration, 90 pursuit. Pretty good stats there. You can easily get him for like 60 to 58k coins. He does get abilities like deep in zone KO, tip drill, deep out mid zone KO. I like him just as a user you could just have with no abilities and just use him out on the field overall, but I like this Cordarrelle Patterson. I think he's really, really good as a user card, especially with his size. Now for free safeties, I'm going with the 88 overall Ed Reed. The 88 overall Ed Reed you could get for about 70, 65k, give or take. And this Ed Reed is fantastic. He's going to get flat zone KO. He can get things like tip drill, which is obviously really, really important in this game especially. But 90 speed, 88 acceleration, 88 man, 89 zone. If you got ball hawk strategy item, he easily goes over 80. He goes over 90 man and zone. Also does get 87 spec catch, which is interesting. But yes, this card is fantastic. As a free safety card. Like I know Ed Reed, you could easily like get the 91 or the 92, but obviously we're trying to focus on a budget here. So obviously we're going to stick with the 88 overall Ed Reed. Right now on Xbox he's going for about 74k, which is pretty solid for a free safety. And then lastly, guys, for top 3 cornerbacks, first one I'm going to recommend is Patrick Peterson, 89 speed, 6'1", solid man corner with a 90 man coverage. Not great zone with 84 zone coverage. That just isn't the greatest of zone coverage. So if you want to run like a lot of man coverage, that is probably your cornerback. Again, price is relatively good. In terms of abilities, he gets pick artist for 2 AP for his Pacific buckets. He also does get tip drill for 1 AP, which I would probably recommend more until we start getting more pick artists for 1 AP, just because of the way this game fucking plays. But Pat Pete is one of the usually pretty good when he comes out. I like Pat Pete cards. For the most part, I just don't really use him like that because he's not really a Seahawk. The second one is Justin Fields. A little bit on the slower side compared to Patrick Peterson and the acceleration, but he does have good man. He does have good zone. He does get some good abilities though in terms of his special bucket. He does get deep out zone KO for 3 AP, which is awesome. Tip drill for 1 AP again. But he is also 6'3", so having that size back there is really going to be nice for a budget squad. A 6'3" cornerback with 88 speed, not the worst idea in the world in my opinion. There's also that Sauce Gardner that you could have gotten you could get for free with the B&D set. Now I don't necessarily know if you do like the B&D sets for the Gridiron Guardians players, like again like the Justin Fields or the Sauce Gardner. I don't necessarily know if you can, or Cordarrelle Patterson. I don't necessarily know if it costs less than 100k to do those sets. So that's why I didn't include them if you guys are watching this after that, just note that is the reason why I did not include those Gridiron Guardians players that you can do the sets for. So there is that for Justin Fields. And then lastly, guys, for slot cornerback, I'm going with Avonte Maddox. 89 speed, 90 acceleration, great physical stats, 92 agility, 94 change of direction, solid coverage with 85 man, 87 zone. Yes, he is very small at 5'9", but again, this is a slot corner. You put him underneath. You don't really play over the top with him. And this is probably the cheapest corner you could find. That's really, really high overall. Really good stats. He's got 32k, 38k is probably where you could find him at. Abilities, again, not really too much other than tip drill, which I would recommend. But yeah, as a slot corner, I love Avonte Maddox's stats and how he looks. I just hope that he does not, he's just not getting dunked on. But then again, this is Madden 23. Everybody gets dunked on. So that is going to do it for the second part on my two-part series, guys. If you guys agree or disagree with anything I said, let me know in the comment section below. Who would you guys recommend as budget players for pass rushers or corners or safeties or quarterback? Let me know, guys, in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.